Okay, in this video I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate how to add the Euler to drawing 6-8 for those in mechanical drafting. If you go ahead and look at the picture here, it has a little Euler there where the bearing could be oiled. So for that it tells us that it's a diameter of 0.1285 drilled with a 90-degree countersink that is 0.125 deep. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create it off to the side. If I go ahead and come back in here, I'm going to square up to the top view, rotate it so it's set in about the right angle here, and I'm going to off to the side once again start creating that. I'm going to draw a line that will end up coming up here and coming up out, so the distance that I start with there doesn't matter a whole lot. It tells us that the diameter, I'm going to set this up for a revolve by the way, the diameter of the hole that goes all the way through is 0.1285. So since I'm doing a revolve, I'm going to create half of that. I'm going to go ahead and make it 0.06425. Now I need to know how far to come up. For now I'm just going to go ahead and come up quite a ways. And I need to go ahead and calculate then where my countersink is going to set at, all those types of things. So if I come back to my picture, I can see that this is back 0.75 on this tapered portion here. That total tapered portion, if we do a little bit of math here, we figure out is 1.5. So we're halfway back, which means that we'll also be halfway in between these two measurements. If I go ahead and figure out the distance halfway between those, I go ahead and get 1.5 plus 1.875 equals divided by 2. We go ahead and get that the diameter of the circle at the center of this is 1.6875. Since I'm drawing that piece from the center here coming up, I actually want half of that. So if I divide that by 2, I get 0.84375. So I'm going to come back into my drawing here, and I'm going to go ahead and offset. And I want to offset that 0.84375. I'm going to take this bottom line right here, bring it up. So right there is going to be where at the center of this we go ahead and exit out of this object and we're above it then. It tells us that the depth on that counterbore is 0.125, so I'm actually going to offset that back down to 0.125. And that is where my counterbore my countersink should start. So from here I can go ahead and angle. It tells us it's a 45 degree, or a 90 degree, so that'd be 45 in either direction. So I'm going to come up here, and it doesn't really matter if I go a little bit beyond here. So I'm going to come up here about like this, so that I'm obviously above my other line. Right there's my shape. I can go ahead and take these lines out of here. These are construction lines. I can go ahead and trim according to this one, take that one out of there, trim according to that one, take that one out of there. Now before I can go ahead and revolve this, I need to go ahead and join it all together into one shape. So I'm going to type in pedit, all one word. I'm going to hit M for multiple, select all these lines, hit enter. It asks if I want to convert to polyline. Yes. I want to go ahead and join them all into one piece. Enter, enter, and now it should all be one piece for me. I can do a revolve. I go ahead and select what I want to revolve, hit enter. It says specify axis start point, so I want to revolve around this axis right here. Let's make sure endpoint is turned on for me. And angle of revolution defaults to 360 if I hit enter. So right there is my piece that's going to be subtracted out of this for my Euler. So now to get it into place, I'm going to go ahead and move this according to its center, and I'm going to move it to the center of this front face here. Now I know that's not far enough back, and I'm going to fix that by, I was viewing front view, I'm going to now view the right side view. And it may be upside down, I can still work with that. I'm going to go ahead and move this back this way, 0.75, if you remember that from the front screen. Now notice that my taper sticks out of the top. That's important. That way I make sure my taper is actually there. I can now go ahead and subtract from this shape, enter, that piece, enter. And now I've got that piece where my oil could be dripped in there. Let's go ahead and oil my bearing surface there. You guys can figure out how to go ahead and do all the fillets that this needs. That's not the difficult part. I just wanted to show how to do that oiler. And that is it. In my next short video clip, I'll go ahead and show how to put these drawings into multi-view drawings.